All right, let's toss it now over to Guns and Gear editor Frank Winn, who's got a Kimber 1911 with him today. Inside today, Frank, I see you're at the indoor range.
Yeah, we were driven indoors by the final advent of real November weather in Colorado. Bob and Joyce Holmes, Whistling Pines Gun Club, let us use their facility today, so we're really grateful for that.
All right, so the 1911, what is it? It's a TLE 2, is that right?
That's correct. This is the Kimber TLE2. Kimber produces this handgun in two calibers, 45 ACP, which everyone is familiar with. It's the original Browning design caliber. This particular gun is in 10 millimeter. A cartridge designed in the late 70s and very 80s by Jeff Cooper. And it was originally loaded by Norma with some very powerful ammunition that was a little hard on those original guns. So, in the intervening years, it's really taken off, but in narrow circles.
So what's the benefit of 10 millimeter? You don't hear it very often.
No, you don't hear it very often. Let's take a look at a cartridge comparison. That's a 10 millimeter. That's a 40 caliber. Uses the same diameter bullet. 10 millimeter is actually the parent cartridge of 40 Smith & Wesson, compared to a 9 millimeter, compared to a 45 ACP.
So will it shoot the 40 as well?
That's a great question. What happens is, because the chamber, you see the bullet length is, the cartridge length is different. Let's get these out of there. You do need a barrel that is cut with a different chamber. But the answer to your question is yes. You can shoot 40 caliber in a 10 millimeter if you put the proper barrel in it. You don't need new magazines. You don't need new spring.
All right, so once you do
great combination.
I would imagine the gunsmith has to do that. If you change the barrel for the 40, will it then accept the 10, or you'd have to change it back?
You swap barrels.
You swap barrels, okay.
But that's something we've done for you, and it's very straightforward in a 1911. 1911s are good at that, as long as that breech face cut matches. You can see also tremendous variety of projectiles that you can use in the 10 millimeter. 200 grain solid, that's 180 grain hollow point, and then some mid-range bullets, Sierra, and this is a gold dot, Spirit gold dot, and then one of my favorites, 135 grain Nosler jacketed hollow point. You can get that bullet going about 1,500 feet per second. Which gives you tremendous energy, tremendous reach. This is a 100-yard pistol all day long, every day. If you can do it, it will.
You know, we were talking about law enforcement use. It sounds like it could be a nice firearm for law enforcement.
Certainly, it's got enough power, Grant. A lot of great features on this pistol. You can see an accessory rail here, great G10 grips. This particular pistol has night sights on it. The top of the slide is flat, which is something we got years ago from target shooters to kill glare by not having a round on the top of the slide, and by sometimes this is checkered even to reduce reflection. But custom trigger, grip safety, this has all the conventional safeties of a 1911. A great pistol. Comes from the factory with a 4 to 5 pound trigger.
You know, Frank, even though I'm an FFL holder, the reason you know that I'm a little bit naive and stuff like this is my first reaction as I look to and see how cool the gun looks. And it's a beautiful, cool-looking gun.
Well, it really is, but they've been doing it right at Kimber for an awful long time.
You want to fire it for us?
You bet. What we'll start with here is 500 foot-pounds of energy, 200 grain bullet. You can see even with that kind of energy, the gun is very controllable. We can, let's try some of those jacketed hollow points I like. This is a load that we had to build for the gun. It runs about 1,420 feet per second, 600 foot-pounds of energy. You can tell we're letting the big dog howl, as I said earlier.
Yeah, you better believe it. Hey, Frank,
A little more recoil there.
It looks like a neat firearm for sure, and we appreciate you sharing it with us as we get a little demonstration there.
Kimber TLA2, great pistol if you're looking for a 1911.
Hey, thanks so much. Frank Winn, I'm Grant Stinchfield for NRATV. Thanks for watching. We're back at the top of the hour.